Welcome. We are going to practice a mindful movement practice. So today we will be moving with breath and I'll talk a little bit right now about mindfulness. So mindfulness simply means doing things, being aware of what we're doing, being in the moment, being fully present. And this is very important when we are practicing. This is why it's called a practice. We practice and work towards being fully present in our practice, being here. So it's a continual practice, and we experience, ups and downs. So some days we can be more fully present, others we aren't as fully present. So just accepting ourselves where we're at and being mindfully aware of what we are doing. So we're going to begin here by coming into a little grounding mindfulness meditation just to get ourselves grounded here. So just take a moment to arrive here, get a nice comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to your knees, palms face down or face up. And just bring our attention inward. So I invite you now, if you would like, you can close your eyes or just keep a gentle gaze down to the floor. And we'll take a moment here to arrive in the present moment. So we'll begin by noticing what's happening around us, noticing what's happening in our bodies, and even noticing what's happening in our mind. I was very hard on myself for a long time, thinking, I can't meditate. There's always thoughts in my mind. I can't get rid of these thoughts. But when I realized meditation and mindfulness is not about clearing your mind, it's about becoming fully aware of what's going on in your mind. So being fully aware, being fully present, noticing, becoming an observer of our thoughts. So let's do that now. Let's bring ourselves fully present to the present moment. Let's arrive here and just start to notice. Start to notice what's happening in the mind and in our bodies. Bring ourselves into the present moment. Now maybe we start to focus on our breath. Just our breath being in its natural state. So that wave of breath as it moves naturally in and out of our body. And we just start to arrive here. So we can make the most of this practice, our time here together. And now we'll invite a nice, deep, slow, and controlled breath in. So inhale through the nose, nice, slow, and controlled in-breath. Filling the chest, the ribs, and then the belly. And then a nice, slow, controlled exhale. So that breath slowly leaves the body, the belly falls, the ribs fall, the chest falls, and that breath leaves our nose. And so we just start to really notice that breath as it moves in and out of the body. Notice any sensations in our body. Just arrive here. And now when you're ready, we're going to inhale, raising the arms, so circling those arms up overhead. And exhale, turn those palms, release those hands down to the mat. And you can gently blink the eyes open now if you'd like. Inhale, bringing those arms up, circling them up again. And exhale, slowly bringing those hands down to the mat. One more time. Inhale, circle to reach. And exhale to slowly release those hands down to the mat. And we're just going to bring our hands to our knees. We're just going to get some nice gentle neck movement. So maybe we slowly draw the ear, one ear at a time, towards the shoulders. So just slowly side to side here with the neck, just being very gentle, just starting to get some movement here. And then maybe we start to circle the neck just very gently. Nothing too crazy right now, just nice gentle circular rotations of the neck. And then we'll reverse the direction. We keep that breath synced, so that nice deep balanced breath drives our movements. And so coming back to a neutral spine, let's bring our fingers to our shoulders. So we're gonna make sort of like chicken wings here and just start to rotate those shoulders. And a nice thing I like to do is inhale half the circle, exhale the other half. Just start to get into that mindful movement. Inhale half, exhale the other half. Start to find some nice movement in those joints. Wake up those shoulders, warm us up from the inside out. And just releasing those hands here. We're going to now stretch our legs out. So the length of the mat here, we're just going to stretch those legs out nice and straight. And we're going to start here to wake up our lymphatic system. So keeping those nice balanced breaths, we're going to start tapping our body. So just tapping gently up the legs. So we always move towards the heart. We can tap those feet, start to tap the legs up towards the heart. So we're really pushing that energy, pushing the lymphatics, opening things up. Our lymphatic system needs some help to work. It doesn't have a pump like the heart. So in order to move the lymphatics through the body, we need movement. And that's why yoga is so wonderful for that. So we just tap it out here, tap it out. Just get some nice gentle taps here and keep that breath nice and synced. And then we'll inhale to circle the arms. We'll reach those hands overhead. And then exhale, bring those hands behind our back. Walk the hands back and open the heart. The fingertips face forward towards those feet. And now we're going to bend the knees. And so the soles of the feet are just wider than hips distance apart. And we'll start to windshield wiper the knees from side to side. So what I find really helps me to sink in with breath, we inhale to the center and exhale over to one side. Inhale back to center, exhale to the other side. Inhale back and exhale over. So just moving with breath here, allowing that breath to fill your body, warm you up from the inside out. And coming back to center, we'll walk those hands up. We'll straighten those legs. And we're going to just start to get some rotation out of the ankles and the wrists here. Nice breaths. Nice gentle practice today, really focusing on breath with body movements. Now we're going to walk those feet in, roll over onto one hip and come on up into tabletop position. And Oliver is really excited to join me on my mat lately whenever I'm teaching. He is right here. He was really loving it. So sometimes you'll hear his little pitter patter of his paws throughout my classes. Okay, so bringing those hands here to nice flat palms on the mats, fingers widely spread apart, wrists, elbows, shoulders stacked, the knees and the hips are stacked. We're going to do this a little different, so stay with me here. On the inhale, we open up to cow, we gaze up and point the hips up, and on the exhale, we lower all the way down to child's pose. On the inhale, we rise all the way up to cow, open the heart, and exhale, we come down to child's pose. Inhale, coming up, open the heart. And exhale, coming down. And if it doesn't feel right to you, you can widen the knees a little bit more. Sometimes that feels a little better. Coming back up on the inhale. And exhale, coming down. When we come back this time on the inhale, coming back to tabletop pose. And we're just gonna start to do a little move I like to call wildcat. So kind of feel like a wildcat, but you start to circle the hips and the shoulders, and we start to sort of make circular motions out of the upper body and the lower body. So inhale one half of your circle and exhale the other half. Getting nice rotations out of different joints in the body. And then we'll just switch directions here on this rotation. Get some nice movement here, nice breath with body movement. Coming back to neutral tabletop here. We're gonna inhale to turn those toes and shift the hips up towards the ceiling. And here in our downward dog, we're gonna find movement, but we're gonna inhale for our neutral downward dog, and on our exhale, we'll bend one knee. Inhale straightens both legs to come to neutral downward dog, and then exhale bends the other knee. Inhale straightens both legs, exhale bends the other knee. Inhale to straighten, exhale to bend the other knee. And on your inhale, we're gonna reach the hips tall. Exhale, we're gonna slowly walk. So make a nice slow walk with your feet towards your hands. So just slowly making your way up. On your inhale, we're gonna rise halfway. And exhale, we're gonna lower all the way down into a forward fold. On the inhale, we're going to circle the arms and rise all the way up slowly with intention. And exhale, bring the hands to the heart, prayer position. On the inhale, we're gonna circle. Bring those hands to connect overhead. We're gonna hold them here for a moment. And when we're on our next exhale, we're gonna circle the body. So keeping those hands together, I'll show you. We'll do a nice big circle. So inhale on the way up and exhale on the way down. Inhale up and exhale down. And if you want to keep the hands together, you can, but if you feel like separating them and letting this be a little bit of a more loose posture, loose movement, you can open those arms up. And this can always be modified depending on, what your movements are like. We can make these smaller movements if we need to. If you need to, you can just circle the arms out, whatever feels right to you. So coming back to the top, and then we'll change the direction of our rotation. So going in the opposite direction. Inhale brings us up, and exhale brings us down. And these movements are something we don't do in our everyday lives, but this movement with breath and moving the body in different ways, it helps. It brings us so many benefits. We get movement out of our joints. We bring breath and oxygen to all of the tissues in the body. We bring a present awareness to our body. We reconnect the mind-body. Stopping at the top here, let's bring the hands to prayer. I'm going to do a little standing meditation that I really like to do. So coming into mountain pose, let's face those palms forward. Feet are about hips distance apart. We're going to glue the feet to the mat. So really ground your feet in here. Palms face forward, shoulders relax. There's a gentle bend in the knees here. The crown of the head is gently reaching for the ceiling. We'll pause here. Take a moment and draw the eyes closed or a gentle gaze down to the floor. Bringing an awareness to the feet. Let's bring a gentle awareness to 3 points on the feet that help to sort of glue us down to the earth, to really deeply connect us and root us into the earth. So bringing your awareness to the balls of the feet. And visualize this connection, almost like an energy rod driving from the balls of the feet deep down into the earth's core. And now bringing an awareness to the outside, sort of that fleshy part just beneath the baby toe, the outside of the foot. And just the same thing, just visualizing an energy rod there, driving from your foot all the way down, deep into the earth's core. And now bringing your attention to your heel, so the pad of your heel. And just bringing that awareness there, bringing a visualization of this rod of energy coming from the heel, driving all the way deep into the earth's core. We're going to take a nice deep inhale here, and on the exhale, just ever so slightly shift your weight forward so that you're slightly leaning forward and more of your weight is in the front of your feet. Taking these nice deep balanced breaths here. On your next inhale, we'll start to shift our weight back so that our weight is ever so slightly more in the heels. So we're shifting the weight. What we're doing here is we're really stimulating our nervous system so that the proprioception, the proprioceptive nerves, those nerves that sense where we are in space, just really stimulating those, really bringing and building those neurons, those nerve connections. Next inhale brings us right back to neutral here, so feet are nice and solid on the ground. Take a nice inhale, circle the arms up, open the eyes, hands connect. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, circle again. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, fold, plant those hands, step the feet back, coming to plank and drop the knees lower slow. We'll inhale to come to cobra. And we're going to release our upper body down to the mat. Inhale, we'll rise again to cobra. Exhale, release down. We're going to bring the forearms forward a little bit so the hands, the fingertips comes towards the top of the mat. We're going to inhale to come into Sphinx pose, so the forearms are holding us and we're lifting up. And exhale, lowers us down. Inhale, we come up. And exhale, we lower down. Now we're going to bend the knees so the soles of the feet point towards the ceiling. We're going to start to windmill, so you can keep a cheek down on the floor, forehead down on the mat. And we'll start to windmill those feet from side to side, windshield wiper those feet from side to side. Just being very aware of every movement we make, noticing in your body where you feel movement, noticing all the movements in the body, noticing how it feels, noticing any areas where you may feel restriction, and just send breath there. And so now drop those feet back down to the mat. We're gonna inhale to rise up to our Sphinx again. And then exhale, turn the toes and shift your weight all the way back up to our tabletop position. And we're gonna move through some cat-cows here. Inhale, open the heart, point the hips up. And exhale, gaze down, arch the upper back. Inhale, open the heart. And exhale, press the upper back away. Inhale, open the heart. And exhale, press that upper back away. Now coming back to neutral tabletop, we're gonna walk those hands forward. And we're gonna come down, interlace the fingers, come onto our elbows, and just finding what works for you. Just pressing in so that we get a nice stretch out of the triceps, the back of the upper arms. And so interlace fingers or just have those hands connect and walk those elbows forward and press the hips up towards the ceiling and just let your upper body come forward. And sometimes this can cause a little bit of pain in the shoulders. If it does, you can drop those hands down to the mat. See if that feels better for you. Or walk the arms in a little closer. And sometimes it helps if you use a prop, so grabbing a cushion or a bolster or pillow. And let yourself land there. Just take a moment to feel into that stretch. Next inhale, slowly rise back up, coming back to tabletop. And we're going to walk the feet, the knees up towards the front of the mat, cross those legs and have a seat. Inhale, circle the arms. Exhale, bring those hands down to your side. Inhale, circle up. Exhale, let's open up, palms face forward and reach the shoulder blades back towards each other. Next, inhale, we're gonna cross the right arm right across the body. Bring the left hand, grab the front part of that right arm and just pull it in and get a nice stretch out of the shoulder. Keep those nice deep balanced breaths here. And then open up both arms again, just reach those shoulder blades back. And then exhale, bring the left arm across. Grab the front of the left forearm with your right hand and just draw that in. Nice deep stretch. You should feel that on the outside of the shoulder. Inhale, open back up, reaching those shoulder blades back. If you can, interlace those fingers behind your back. Take a nice deep inhale, open up. Exhale, lean forward, bringing those hands with you to reach towards the ceiling. Nice deep inhales and exhales. Inhale, we'll slowly rise back up, bringing those hands overhead. Exhale, bring those hands down by your side. We're gonna bring the soles of the feet, we're gonna bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, reach up, reach tall. Exhale, forward, and slowly make your way all the way down. So you're lying on your back, drawing the knees into your heart. And just holding on to those knees. We're going to inhale. So with the right hand on the right knee, left hand on the left knee, the right hand is going to draw the right knee up while the left hand pushes the left leg down. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, switching, so alternating. Getting some nice movement out of the hips here. breath with movement. And then we're just going to draw those knees in. Take a moment, nice spinal twist here. Drop the knees over to the floor on the left side. Open those arms up to a wide tier cactus. Gaze over to the right hand. A nice twist here. Inhale, knees to center. Exhale, knees over to the right side. Gaze is to the left hand. Inhale, draw knees back in here. And we're gonna make our way to Shavasana, but if you'd like to try this type of Shavasana today, it's a little different, feel free to do so. You can bring the soles of your feet together. Let the knees fall away from each other. And just bring the hands wherever you feel. So you can leave them on the floor by your side, or you can bring them to your belly or your heart in your belly. Just listening to your inner guide, see where you want to be. Or you can go into your full Shavasana with your legs stretched out to the outer edges of the mat. Just do what feels right to you. Take a moment, release the control of the breath. Close the eyes if it's in your practice. And bring yourself home to this safe space of relaxation. Let everything go. Let yourself sink into relaxation. Take as long as you need. Let everything go. Let all the tissue melt and relax deeply. I'm going to leave you here, and you stay in Shavasana as long as you need to. As long as you're able to. From my light to yours, sending you so much love. Namaste.